Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back into the Six Hockey Studios. Jaden Ho alongside Jared Rotenberg getting you set for some more great GTHL hockey action. A terrific game set up today between the North York Rangers and the Toronto Marlboros.
This is going to be an unbelievable showdown. The Toronto Marlboros sitting near the top of the GTHL standing, whereas the North York Rangers haven't had as strong of a season. But don't get me wrong, this should be a matchup between some unreal players on both sides. A player on the North York Rangers who I absolutely believe could have game-stealing stature here in this game is goaltender Blake Sloan. He's such a quick mover, so relentless, so good at sprawling out, diving out to make that save. A clutch goaltender by every sense of the word. But don't discount the goaltender sitting facing him down on the other side of the ice on the Toronto Marlboros, that being Crosby DaCosta, another goaltender who is somewhat undersized, but where he lacks in size, he makes up for it with his unbelievable movement, with his unbelievable glove hand, and his ability to make clutch, crucial saves.
And for both teams, it's pretty intimidating staring down a goaltender of that talent and that skill, but I don't think any of the shooters on either of these teams are going to blink in that stare down. Who are you looking to stand out from the North York Rangers?
Well, there's no question it has to be number 87, Matthew Klatil, an unbelievable player with an unbelievable shot. His ability to skate into the zone with his powerful skating ability, carry the puck with his smooth hands, and absolutely rip it like it's nobody's business is second to none. Don't discredit his defensive ability either because he's tenacious. He's so good on the back check and just a fantastic all-around two-way player. Certainly a player the North York Rangers will need to be relying on big time if they are to take down the gigantic ability of the Toronto Marlboros.
And while speaking of that gigantic ability, let's take a look at some notable players from Marlboro.
Well, there's no question it has to be the captain, Matteas Stark. Such a great two-way forward, great on the defensive end, great offensively, and whereas he doesn't have necessarily the strongest shot in the world, his ability, his nose to the net to just skate down, screen the goalie, and use his body to get in there in these clutch shooting positions is just second to none. As well, his ability to backcheck, steal pucks, and send them up to his teammates who are better on the shooting end are just simply what makes him one of the greatest players on the ice surface tonight.
Well, there's a lot of great talent on the ice surface tonight between the North York Rangers and the Toronto Marlboros. That's up next from the Six Hockey. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome in the Scotiabank Pond. I'm Jaden Ho here with Jared Rotenberg, bringing you some GTHL hockey action, the Toronto Marlboros and the North York Rangers.
This is going to be a fun matchup here today, Jaden. A fantastic matchup between two unbelievable teams with so many stars. So with that said, let's get underway.
As we get set for this opening face-off, Marlboro sending out William Moore to take the face-off. He's going up against Xavier Delzato. And it's one back by the Marlboros, and we're away here, all the way back into the Marlboros end. Back after, here's Delelche. And he'll play it on to the far side. Marlboros trying to get out of their zone and get started on offense early. Chasing in after it on the forecheck here. Bounces out into the neutral zone and it bounced out of play. So we'll get a whistle and a face-off early.
As we begin this game, it's definitely worth noting who the goaltenders are tonight. For the North York Rangers, we have the starting goaltender Blake Sloan in net. And on the other side, the fantastic goaltender Crosby DaCosta.
Marlboros win the face-off, and they'll advance into the offensive zone. Drjuska sent it in deep. Back behind the net, forward is Stark. Stark gets it free. Stark, he's got a man in front of the goal, and he centered it for Moore. It was turned aside. Tipped out into the neutral zone, racing onto a hero, the Rangers. Back deep, and it's reversed by the Marlboros. They'll try to get out of their defensive zone. Picked up and carried out into the middle of the ice. Up the boards they go. Turned over in the neutral zone. Loose puck the other way, and the shot turned aside there by DaCosta. Back onto the far side. Down into the corner it comes. Down low. Battle for it, and the Marlboros come away, and they take it over the red line. Through center. Shot from an angle, and that's turned aside. Bounces down to the corner now. Joe carried it around the board. Sends it up towards the point. And the Rangers will clear the zone here. No, they won't. It's held in. Here's Lane. Lane dropped it off to the side for a shot. And that bounces down to the corner. Collision down in front of the net there as Lane was looking for a chance to find the puck, and it's going to be sent down. That was tipped by Turnbull, so it won't be icing. Out to play it is DaCosta. Turnbull back behind the net for it. Turnbull up the right wing boards. Tipped up into the neutral zone where the Rangers recover. Up along the boards here and all the way down. In after it here is Eccleston. Eccleston down low. Eccleston. Still with it, reverses it down to the corner. Klatil. Delzato's in there battling as well. Trying to get it free and get it to the front of the net, but it comes loose for the Marlboros, and they'll try to get out to Joe. Joe up the boards. Turned over. Here's a chance for Lane. Lane in alone. Stopped by Blake Sloan on the breakaway chance for Aidan Lane.
What a fantastic save there by goaltender Blake Sloan, but what relentless ability there by Aidan Lane, stealing that puck, pickpocketing it and getting it in on the breakaway. A fantastic chance from a fantastic player who is so dangerous in the offensive zone. The North York Rangers will have a tough task ahead of them containing Aidan Lane in tonight's game.
Faceoff was one ahead there by the Marlboros, and that comes to the line towards the Ludshub, but he can't hold the zone. He's under some pressure there from Mustafi. In come the Marlboros now. Kipped ahead there by Klatil. Marlboros stop it at the red line there, and Drajewska sends it in deep. In after it, here's Cadorin. Comes to the opposite side, towards the line, held in at the point. Long shot, Drajewska tipped, and that goes to the opposite corner. Far side now, Rangers will try to get it out here. Slowing it down in their own zone. Through the neutral zone they come. Delzato was taken down there, no call coming. And the Marlboros recover in their own end. Rangers had to tag up for the offside. Into the neutral zone. Moore chasing after it. Moore's got Stark with him. Moore digging for it behind the net. Can't recover the puck, and the Rangers will clear it out. Bounced out of play, and we get another whistle.
Early on, these Toronto Marlboros are absolutely smothering the North York Rangers, not letting them get set up in the offensive zone whatsoever. We'll now return into the offensive zone for the Toronto Marlboros, who have dominated the opening first few minutes of this hockey game.
A little bit of a conversation before the face-off. The wingers getting a little bit too close for the officials' liking, and now the Marlboros have won the draw. Long shot tipped, and that fooled Sloan, but it went wide. Centering pass was turned aside, and now it's cleared to the line, where Smith will play it back. That got away, and now Joshua Giordano chasing in after it. Giordano colliding there with Sabatini. Towards the line, and that's going to bounce out of the offensive zone for the Rangers. Charkio chips it up along their near side boards. Down into the Marlboro zone. They'll try to get started here on the right wing. Sent it to the middle. Here's Moore. Moore cuts to the middle. Moore shoots. Glove save Sloan.
What a huge break there for the North York Rangers. Their goaltender coming up big as the Toronto Marlboros continue to dominate the opening first frame of this hockey game. But for the Toronto Marlboros, they simply cannot afford to be missing passes like that, as if you give the North York Rangers a chance, you will find yourself in some trouble.
Face off won by the Marlboros and sent around the boards there by Drajewska. Comes to the far side. Sent up the boards, but not out. Long shot. Didn't get through to the net. Held near the line, but now the Rangers will escape through the neutral zone. Up along the far side boards. Now it's turned over to the Marlboros. They get it right back, and they're right back to the attack. Long shot. That's going to be gloved and held by Blake Sloan.
That was a shot there that just didn't really test Blake Sloan, but nonetheless he comes up once again with a massive glove save from that shot just over the blue line. They got to really get in close, the Toronto Marlboros do, because Blake Sloan right now is simply not giving them an inch.
Lane in to take the face off. Scramble on the draw. It's one back. Joe had to bounce off his stick, and now it's going to come out into the neutral zone with the Rangers. Chipped ahead there by Delzato. He's in after it on the forecheck. Reverse back onto the near side. Cross-ice pass, and it comes all the way down to Sloan, and he'll play it back behind his own goal. Around the boards it goes. And it's chipped deep into the Marlboro zone, and that'll be icing against North York.
And once again, we'll return right back into the Toronto Marlboros offensive zone. The North York Rangers not really being able to get set up whatsoever. They've carried the puck nicely, but just haven't been able to break into the offensive zone and find offensive chances of their own. Crosby DaCosta yet to be tested in tonight's game just due to the great defensive play from the Toronto Marlboros.
Face-off one back to Lane, who shoots, and that was turned aside by Sloan. Cleared out into the neutral zone now, and it's batted ahead by Michaud. Chucky went on the forecheck there. Tipped ahead. Marlboros into the offensive end. Sent in deep by Cadorin. Cadorin lost it and it bounces right back out to Juska. Up along the far side. Sent in deep and on net. Sloan once again plays it around the boards for Pallone. Out to the opposite side. Over the red line come the Rangers. Sent around the boards. Chasing it after here is Mustafi. Mustafi battling for it down low. Gets loose for the Marlboros. Now the Rangers will have to get back in defense. Pallone trying to step up there. Couldn't hold on to the puck. Joshua Giordano trying to get a stick on that shot. And he does, and he deflects it up and out of play.
That was a fantastic opportunity there. He just didn't quite get his stick on it, and ultimately the shot being blocked tipped it out of the ice field. But nonetheless, the Toronto Marlboros have been relentless in getting to pucks, just trying to fire everything on this opposing goaltender Blake Sloan, who's been very strong tonight.
Puck going back to the line towards Smith, but stepping across to take the shot with Sabatini, he sent it high. Down below the goal line now. Still digging for it. Comes towards the top of the zone, Smith. Smith shoots, tipped, just wide. Opposite side, Sabatini stepping up into the offensive zone. Behind the net again. Comes around along the left wing, pinching in there is Smith. In the corner, digging for it, comes out towards Smith, and it's going to bounce down into the Marlboros end. Puck tipped in deep to the Rangers zone. Back in defense is Evan Scott. Scott tried to clear that around the boards, was taken away from him. Marlboros go to the attack. Centering pass! And the shot didn't get through to the net. Now sent up to the line. Long shot, looking for a deflection there. Was Turnbull, but he couldn't get that through. Up along the far side now. Chipped out to center. Here come the Rangers. 1-on-2. And unable to get through to the net there. Marlboros recover, and they'll start up on the rush. Cross-ice pass. And into the neutral zone, and over the line come the Marlboros. Sent back past Joe there. Now the Marlboros right back into the offensive zone. Lane on the forecheck, trying to put pressure there on Scott. Puck comes free. Turnbull can't hold the line. And now the Marlboros will reset once again. Tipped ahead for Joe. He lost it. And now he's going to have to chase it back into the offensive zone. Puck around the boards. And it's picked up, and through the neutral zone come the Marlboros. Abu Marie. And he fired that shot wide. And after, here's Klatil. Klatil couldn't get that towards the line. Tipped in deep. And chasing after, here's Mustafi. Michaud can't hold the zone. Out through the neutral zone, here come the Marlboros. Holding and carrying it wide. Katzen tried to center, and nobody was there to get a stick on it. Comes to the line. Drajewska one-timer! And fighting that off was Sloan. Rangers escape the zone, sent up the boards. Here comes Mustafi. Mustafi tried to center that pass, and it couldn't get through. Shot from the line, and that one's wide. Klatil in on the forecheck here. Marlboros escape the pressure, and they'll escape the zone here as well. Puck in deep to the Rangers zone, and right back out it comes into the neutral side of the ice. Sent up through the middle. Rangers trying to break out here. Out with it comes Peyton. Giordano with him. Here's Giordano, and he couldn't get to the front of the net. Good defensive effort from the Marlboros to shut that rush down. Giordano trying to dig it free. Sends it across the opposite side and falling there. I think that was Simon Wang. Up on the near side. Odd man rush here for the Marlboros. In comes Cadorin. Sends it across. Stopped by Sloan. Now another chance for the Marlboros. And that shot from the slot went high and wide. Marlboros pushing here. After that big opportunity was turned aside by Sloan. Comes down into the corner. Up towards the line. Sent across. Bounced off the stick of Sabatini. And he's going to send it in deep. Cadorin in behind the net. Up to the point. Smith. Smith down to the near far side. And it's chipped out into the neutral zone. Smith knocks it down. Marlboros trying to get started again. Puck ahead into the neutral zone. Stark had to bounce away from him. It's sent across here. Marlboros trying to get started. Puck bounced away in the corner. Delzato in there looking for it. Can't get to it, and it's chipped up into the Rangers' end. Sloan out for it. Sends it around the boards for Shu. Shu couldn't get to it in time. Marlboros trying to take advantage. At the line. Long shot. Gloved and held by Blake Sloan.
Finally a stop there by Blake Sloan. He has been fantastic, stopping everything that the Toronto Marlboros have sent his way thus far. But I do want to shout out the North York Rangers here. They certainly haven't gotten set up enough offensively, but where they have stepped up big time is their defensive play. They're really keeping the shots to the outside. They're clogging up the slot and preventing the Marlboros from getting any easy chances on their goaltender.
Cross the turn ball. Sends that around the boards. The other side, long shot. Drajewska rebound came right out in front, and Abu Marie clears that out. Abu Marie chips that in deep to the opposite side. Drajewska turning away from Klatil. Abu Marie gets his stick on it. Sent it on to the other side. Up the boards, tipped ahead there by Stark. Marlboros fire it back in deep. Sloan slows it down for Evan Scott. Scott got it ahead to Abu Marie. He couldn't clear the zone. Drajewska sends it right back in. Lane going to the front of the net. Now he's battling for it in behind. Lane turns and shoots, and that went wide. Sent across here. Point shot. Blocker save. Back to the line once again. Another long point shot. That deflected. Rebound came out front. And Matteas Stark couldn't get that through to the net. Stark again now. Back to the point. Delelche fires. That one didn't get through the traffic. Lane in front. And he couldn't get a shot away. Lane just barely held his own. He didn't hold his own. The Marlboros have to tag up. Both teams making changes here. Rangers trying to get ahead through center. Deep into the Marlboro zone it goes. Back after Delelche. Reverse to the other side. Delelche trying to clear. Comes towards the line. Rangers hold the zone for a moment, and it's sent right back out. Down into the Rangers zone. Forechecking here is Joe. Long stretch pass ahead. No icing. Smith back behind the net for it. Smith couldn't clear. Loose puck at the side of the net, and it comes to the opposite end. Here come the Rangers again. Oddman rush shot. Score! Matthew Klatil fires it home and makes it a 1-0 game.
What a fantastic shot by Matthew Klatil from the top of the circle there. Just absolutely ripping this shot past goaltender Crosby to Costa. And that is such a tough break for the Toronto Marlboros, who I would argue dominated the opening frame of this game. But nonetheless, they couldn't find a way to crack Blake Sloan. The North York Rangers used that for momentum. And now they found a way to a 1-0 lead at the end of the first period of this hockey game.
2:23 to go, and that's a huge momentum swinging goal as we get set for the face-off. More discussions going on, and puck dropped, and it's won back by the Rangers, but coming right in after it. And what an opportunity that was for Lev Katzen off the drop. Chipped up the boards. DiCarlo can't hold it in. Hold it out, that is. Sharp angle shot turned aside. Rebound comes to the line, and that shot blocked by Drajewska. Long clear. Racing onto it. Here's Cadorin. Stepping out to play it is Sloan. That almost bit him. But the Rangers clear. Long stretch pass. Not enough for icing, and the Marlboros will have to start up on the rush here. Good forecheck there from Giordano. Centering pass. Comes to the opposite side. Point shot. And that didn't get through the traffic. Rebound came loose in front of the net. And out of position was DaCosta, but the defenders do a great job to clear. Cadorin. He's under pressure on the near side boards in the offensive zone. Comes to the line. And it comes out. Down to the other end. Racing onto it here. Sharp angle shot. As Eccleston came flying down for that chance. Over the line come the Marlboros on the other side now. Trying to get back to even terms. Reverse towards the line. At the point. Turning and firing it in deep there is Lane. Couldn't get it very far. Now comes to the line again. Drajewska. Long point shot. Tipped. Rebound loose in front of the net. And somehow that one stays out. Back behind the net. Penalty coming against North York. And as they touch, the Marlboros will go to the power play.
This is a big-time power play for such a dangerous team. And for the North York Rangers here, they cannot afford to get sloppy and give the Toronto Marlboros opportunities such as this. The Marlboros are such a dangerous team, and even though they currently are without a goal on the scoreboard, if they continue to get opportunities to test Blake Sloan, it is only a matter of time. This is a big penalty kill upcoming for the Rangers in hopes of maintaining their 1-0 lead.
Only 45 seconds remaining in this opening period. Marlboros would like to score on this power play before then. And they've got possession, but not for long as it's cleared out. Out to play, it's DaCosta. He'll leave it there as the Marlboros start to get set up. On the right wing and over the line. Down behind the goal line. Witowski down low, battling for it. Still digging for it, trying to get it free. Rangers happy to kill some time in the corner there, but now the Marlboros have it. Shot from the wing. It stopped. Rebound loose in front. They couldn't get it towards the net. Sent to the side of the goal. And a great save again by Blake Sloan.
Blake Sloan absolutely fighting heaven and earth right now to maintain the North York Rangers lead in this hockey game. He's putting his body on the line, sprawling out for massive saves in order to prevent the Toronto Marlboros from cracking him on this power play opportunity here. An unreal save.
Witowski taking the draw, trying to get it for one last chance. You can see all the Marlboros in the middle of the ice there, trying to get one last shot before this period expires, and they won't do it. So it's a 1-0 lead going into the first intermission for the North York Rangers.
That was a very interesting setup there on that face-off. I don't think I've ever seen that before. With the final seconds remaining in that first period, they knew that their only hope was to get a shot on net right off of that face-off. So all the players went over to that right side of the face-off dot, lined up, clogged up the slot, and although it didn't end up working, that's a very interesting strategy there that the Toronto Marlboros just attempted to utilize.
So a big first period for Blake Sloan, keeping the Rangers ahead in this game, keeping them in it when it was tied as the Marlboros pressed for most of the period.
Absolutely there. And on the other end of the ice, it's Crosby DaCosta, who wasn't really tested much throughout this hockey game. Sure enough, on one of the only few shots that the North York Rangers sent his way, a clean shot right at the top of the slot, it went soaring right past him. He's a fantastic goaltender. I have no doubt he's going to bounce back here, but he simply needs to be tested more, get himself in this game, get himself warmed up, and surely he'll be able to get himself back into this one.
Marlboros will be on the power play to start this second period as they look to equalize.
This should be a massive period considering the amount of chances that the Toronto Marlboros got on Blake Sloan in the previous period. There should be no doubt from them. And for the North York Rangers, they know that they cannot just look up at their lead on the scoreboard and sit back. They need to attack because the Toronto Marlboros are so dangerous. They could score in bunches. And let's see what they could do here as the second period gets underway.
Big power play for the Marlboros. Big penalty kill for the Rangers as the Marlboros win it back for Turnbull, and they'll try to get started. Just over a minute remaining on this penalty. over the line. Here comes Stark. Stark centers Lane, and he couldn't get it through to the net. Rangers clear. Back after, here's Turnbull. Turnbull to the neutral zone. And sent across. Here's a chance. Lane, he's got a step. He shoots. He's stopped by Sloan. Sent back to the line for DiCarlo. DiCarlo couldn't hold the zone. Now it's sent back in. Down into the corner. Behind the goal line, Lane. Lane sends it ahead to Stark. Stark to the line. At the point. Here's DiCarlo. Turnbull. Stark down low. Centering pass. Bounced out to the slot. Nobody could get a stick on it. To the line. Turnbull. Stark. Stark across for DiCarlo. DiCarlo to Turnbull. Turnbull. Sends it into the corner. Back up top for Turnbull. Turnbull. DiCarlo one-timer turned aside. And it's held by Blake Sloan.
That was a fantastic save there by Blake Sloan. But who I want to discuss right now is Nolan Turnbull, the defenseman of the Toronto Marlboros, who's really skating up deep into the offensive zone here, waiting in that one-timer slot at the top of the circle. He needs to go back to utilizing more defensive ideals here, as he's getting way too fancy looking for offense, and that could then leave an opportunity for the Rangers to strike.
Well, when you're down 1-0 on the power play, tempting to go in deep there as a defenseman, as a glove save made by by Crosby DaCosta on the other end.
Absolutely. And for these Toronto Marlboros, they simply need to be careful not trying to cheat for offense here, as there's still so much time for them. They stick to their guns, they stick to the basics, and they surely have the skill to get themselves back into this game. They need to play the game the right way.
Faceoff comes down into the corner. At the line, Shoe. Score! Jacob Shoe on the point shot. It looks like it deflected in front, and the Rangers have doubled the lead.
Jacob Shoe, what a shot there. Hit off a defenseman in front, trickled into the back of the net. A very fortunate bounce there from the North York Rangers just seconds after killing off that power play of the opposing side. And now they're rewarded with a 2-0 lead on the scoreboard after that weird, wonky, unbelievable goal there.
And what a deflating bounce for the Marlboros. You push so hard on the power play, you can't beat Blake Sloan. And then a bounce off a skate in front puts you down 2. And on the forecheck here is Joe. Sent up along the boards. Abu Marie can't get that past center. Rangers back in their own zone. Sent across by Shoe. And whistle goes. Looks like we might have a penalty call here. We'll see what transpires after this whistle.
Absolutely here. We're looking at what the refs are going to decide to call.
Doesn't look like anyone will be going to the box. So we remain at 5-on-5 here. 2-0 North York over Toronto.
And we'll be returning back here into the offensive zone for these Toronto Marlboros. They've gotten their chances, they've gotten their looks, but nothing has been able to break Blake Sloan here. Let's see what they can do on this opportunity.
Chipped out here into the neutral zone by the Rangers and chipped right back in by the Marlboros. They've got to tag up, and now Moore will chase in after it. Up on the near side. Moore, good forecheck. Send it out in front of the goal. Bouncing puck in front. And Sloan hangs on.
Sloan has been fantastic once again, finding his way through traffic. The Toronto Marlboros are making it difficult on him. They're really playing well defensively, preventing him from seeing this puck. But at the end of the day, a fantastic goalie like Sloan is so good at weaving his way through traffic and has been perfect thus far.
Sent up along the far side boards. Giordano with a big hit in the neutral zone. Sent right back in by the Marlboros, though. Sloan stepped out to play it. Onto the far side, out to the neutral zone. Giordano out there for it. Giordano lost the puck to the Marlboros, and now they're up with it. Here comes Cadorin. Cadorin, nice move, driving the net, and he couldn't get that shot off. Puck comes out into the neutral zone. Sent ahead by Giordano. Across, and that shot blockered away. And this will be covered and held in front of the goal. by Crosby DaCosta.
That was a fantastic save there by Crosby DaCosta. One of the first times he's really been tested in this hockey game. He hasn't been tested much, at the very least, since the second period has gotten underway. But right there, with the North York Rangers skating into the zone on the rush, looking to extend their lead, Crosby DaCosta comes up big.
Scramble on the draw, and the Marlboros will get away with it. Sent ahead by Lane. Joe chasing in after it. Sloan out to play it. Lane gets a stick. Here's Joe. Joe cutting to the middle. Joe tried to get that shot away, and it was deflected off to the corner by Michaud. On the near side. Sent out into the middle. And that shot stopped. Rebound. Bouncing around. They score! Matteas Stark finds the loose puck on the doorstep, and he's cut the lead in half.
That's the captain right there, Matteas Stark, with a fantastic goal for these Toronto Marlboros. They've gotten their chances, haven't yet been able to crack Blake Sloan until this one. What a fantastic goal there. And that play doesn't happen if it isn't for the fantastic setup and the fantastic shift in the offensive zone put on by number 7, Jason Zhao. What a fantastic play there, getting chances on net, and it's Matteas Stark at the goal line, at the red line, who smacks it home past Blake Sloan, breaking his chance at the shutout.
And it will be Stark taking this draw here against Del Zotto, and Del Zotto wins it back into his own zone for Shu. Shu sent that into the neutral zone, turn ball, send it right back in. Shu up ahead, tipped into the offensive zone by Abu Marie, and in after it here come the Rangers. Eccleston send it around the boards towards the line, and it's in deep again. Marlboros recover, and Lane picks it up. Lane sent that to the opposite side. In come the Marlboros, centering pass, and that comes right back to the line, and going back after here is Stark. Stark trying to start up on the right. Long pass into the neutral zone. Chip ahead here, and then it's cleared out. Scott got it out, and now the Marlboros come back in. Spinning with it here is Katzin. Katzin down low. Still with it. Katzin. One-timer Sabatini turned aside. Back down into the corner. Sabatini, and that bounced off of him and then into the bench. And we'll get a whistle and a face-off.
What a fantastic display of athleticism and puck possession skill there by Lev Katzin of the Toronto Marlboros, just simply skating around, didn't find any open lane, so he carried it all himself, spinning around, showing his creativity, showing his confidence, and his ability to hold on to that puck no matter how much pressure he's getting from the opposing side. A fantastic skill shown there from a fantastic player.
Katzin waved out of the draw here, Martin in to take it, and Martin won it. But the Rangers got it right back. Now it's down into the corner. Down low. Taken down behind the net. There was Martin. Comes towards the line. Bounced over the stick of Smith. And back to get it is Sabatini. Through the neutral zone. Nice move there. Ahead come the Marlboros. Chipped in deep there. Katzin once again showing off that skill in those hands. And he sends it back to the line. Long shot blocked and almost a chance the other way for the Rangers there. They're over the line now. That shot right into the chest of Crosby DaCosta, and he'll hang on after the stop on Hunter Payton.
Not really tested there much, but a flick into the chest there for Crosby DaCosta. Nonetheless, he comes up with a big, crucial save here in this 2-1 hockey game. It's a close score, and if the Toronto Marlboros keep playing the way that they're playing great on the defensive end, they're playing great on the offensive end with chance after chance, it is only a matter of time that the bounces and the play begins to shift in their favor.
Sent back to the line. Wang with a shot, and that was blocked. Now let's pass ahead. Here's maybe a chance for Moore. Moore stepping towards the net. Looking for that breakaway pass there and couldn't get to him in time. Rangers will try to get out into the neutral zone here, and they do. Sent across there. Joe now. There's a shot, and that's going to be stopped and held by Blake Sloan.
Blake Sloan once again with a fantastic save, a crucial save in order to maintain his North York Rangers lead in this hockey game. And he cannot afford to get down on himself here. He's had a great game. He needs to maintain that confidence because he's a very skilled goalie who is more than capable of stopping these chances that the Marlboros are putting on him.
Rangers get away through the neutral zone with it. Long shot, wide of the net. Back to play it. Tipped into the neutral zone again by the Marlboros. They'll try to get in on the rush. Moore is there, as is Witkowski. Joe couldn't get it in deep. And now back to play here is Drajewska. Drajewska battling for it. Rangers bench wanted a penalty there as he took down his man. Now here come the Marlboros. Witkowski drops it off. Moore shoots. Rebound loose in front of the net. And somehow, once again, Blake Sloan keeps it out.
Blake Sloan with another in a long line of miraculous saves there. Diving down, sprawling down right on the goal line in order to prevent the Toronto Marlboros from getting a tie in this hockey game. A fantastic save, a fantastic goalie, and that's the kind of confidence that we were discussing earlier he needs to maintain, because he's a huge part in the reason that the North York Rangers are leading in this hockey game thus far.
Stark has the lone goal for the Marlboros. He won the faceoff back, but lost the puck as Abu Marie sends it in deep. In on the forecheck with him is Eccleston. Abu Marie down low. Sends it to the line. Shu's got a goal. He fires! And that was deflected. Looked awfully similar to Shu's first, but he couldn't get that one to the net.
A fantastic shot there by Jason Zhu, just simply protecting the puck from leaving the offensive zone there, maintaining it at the blue line and firing it right on net. He knows how he scored that first one, and he decides, why not? Not a lot of open players, so might as well get it on the net and see what happens.
Here comes Cadorin. Cadorin, nice move, gets to the corner. Cadorin turns, centers! And nobody could get a stick on that. Sent in deep, Cadorin back after it. So is the Drajewska. Drajewska lost the puck. Turning and firing there was Giordano, who couldn't get his shot to the net. Puck down low again, bounced away from Lane, and Shu will get it ahead. Shu fired it down to the opposite side. Now out come the Marlboros with it. Turned over. A chance here in front of the goal! And a great save made there. Crosby to Costa keeping this a one-goal game. Rangers pressing here. Stark. Got it ahead, not out of the zone. Sent around in deep by Paulon. Rangers still with it. Sent out in front. Comes right back down below the goal line. Down low, jamming it at the side of the net there. And Hunter Payton can't get it to go.
That was a very smart play there on the blue line by defenseman Chris Pallone. Instead of shooting it on net, he noticed that he had teammates lined up right by the goal line. So instead of shooting it on net, he shot it right there into the corner to his teammates, who were able to then bring it on net and test goaltender Crosby to Costa. Didn't work in their favor yet on the scoreboard, but that's the kind of smart play that'll help to get these Toronto Marlboros. Rather, that'll help to extend the lead of the North York Rangers.
Marlboros gain possession off that face-off, and they'll try to get it up through the neutral zone. And after here's Martin. Martin is still digging for it on the near side. And now it's cleared out by the Rangers. Chipped in deep. And back behind the net. Offside called against Toronto.
It's a fortunate break there from the Toronto Marlboros. They simply had a lot of chances there. But now they're going to be out in the face-off dot right outside of their own defensive zone. They're going to need to block this here, prevent the North York Rangers from breaking into the zone, because this could be a dangerous chance here for the Rangers.
I don't want the puck back. Here's a chance. Jeremy Martin breaking in. He's taken down. Penalty call. And this is going to be a penalty shot for Jeremy Martin.
Oh my God, Jeremy Martin with the biggest opportunity of his life right now on the penalty shot. He scores here, and the Toronto Marlboros instantly are rewarded for their efforts, getting back, tying up this hockey game. A huge chance right now.
And what a rush to get past the defenseman, drive the lane, and draw the penalty. And now it's one-on-one. Blake Sloan has been lights out, but he's got to turn aside Jeremy Martin here. Here comes Martin. With speed. Carries it ahead. Martin scores! Jeremy Martin has tied the game on the penalty shot.
And the bench just simply explodes after that one. What a fantastic shot there from Jeremy Martin. He skates in, he holds onto it, waits for a second, and absolutely launches it past Blake Sloan.
And what a time for it as well. The game tied. 7:10 to go in the second, and we've got a whole new hockey game. Marlboros win the draw. Here's Cadorin. Sorry, that's Joe. Joe sends it off to the side, and that shot was stopped. And it comes out into the neutral zone. Drajewska slowing down with it. And now it's up into the neutral zone. Rangers shoot. Chipped it up the near side, far side boards, and it's sent to the opposite end. In come the Marlboros now, over the line. Off to the far side, down low. Turning with it, sent up to the point. There's a long shot, didn't get through all the traffic. Drajewska now. Sends it back behind the net for Joe. Joe down low. Tried to get it up to the line, didn't work, and Drajewska's back for it in the neutral zone. Drajewska in with speed. Chips that in on the backhand. Sloan out to play it. Fired it out along the boards for Baker, who tips it into the neutral zone again. Up on the near side. Down low. Marlboros come away with it here. Long stretch pass ahead. That just bounced off a stick. And it's down into the corner. Chance out in front. Backhand shot. Loose at the side of the goal. And it comes down to the corner. Lane sends it across. Looking for Turnbull. He couldn't get a stick on it. Maybe a break the other way. Here comes Abu Marie. 2-on-1. Abu Marie shoots. Stopped by Crosby DaCosta. On the far side again. Comes back behind the net. Marlborough is trying to start up on the rush with it and get on the counterattack. Turning with it here in the neutral zone. Here's William Moore. Moore slows with it. Still has it. Moore shoots, and he's turned aside. Puck down low here. Sent out front for a chance, and Witowski couldn't get that one to go. Puck is cleared all the way down. Not quite enough for icing. And here come the Marlboros once again. They're all over the Rangers now. Lane drags to the net, and he's stopped again. Lane tried to get that out in front there for Stark. He couldn't get the shot away. And now it comes loose. Maybe a chance for Abu Marie again. That's Giordano. Giordano tried to get it out in front, and it was intercepted. Ahead, stretch pass. Maybe a break here for the Marlboros. Stopped by Sloan. And to end action here, Stark trying to hold the zone. Bounced over a stick, and it's out into the neutral zone. Sent across there by Smith. Here's Smith. Through the neutral zone with it. Smith gets to the center ice line and fired it in. Long stretch pass in after Giordano. Played away by DaCosta. Giordano in after it behind the net. Sent towards the line. Here's Wang. Wang holds and sends it in deep. Back behind the net now. Centering pass out in front. Ranger down, and looks like we're going to get a penalty call here.
This could be a big-time opportunity. We're returning back into the offensive zone here for these North York Rangers, who have gone somewhat quiet after their early lead moments ago. And now they have a big chance here in the offensive zone to get themselves back with the lead in this hockey game.
Gabriel Smith going to the box for the Marlboros. So a late second period power play, and the Rangers looking to capitalize. And they've won the draw. They've won it too cleanly. It goes all the way back into their own zone. Back forward is Shu. He's got a goal tonight. He drops it back. Rangers trying to get out of their own zone here and then get set up on the power play. Drop pass, turned over. And the Marlboros recover possession. Puck is cleared in deep. Ranger lost a stick there. And now they'll try to get started on the offensive. Mustafi. Lots of forechecking pressure from these Marlboros, and it's causing these Rangers fits. Rangers trying to get started up. They've yet to gain the offensive zone. And now they have. Sent to the near side for Shu. Shu waiting for the team to get set up. He's knocked down, but he got it around the boards. Out towards the line and cleared, and Shu will have to go back after it. Out to play it is Sloan. Sloan, he's under pressure from Cadorin there, had to be careful. And now Michaud will take it. Michaud, long pass ahead. Stopping in the neutral zone. And now the drop pass from Michaud didn't work, and the Marlboros turn it over once again. 40 seconds to go in this power play. Marlboros have been relentless on the penalty kill. Klatil now with it. Here's Klatil, trying to cut into the middle. Klatil still with it, and he couldn't get that shot to go. Comes to the point and now across for Shu. Shu sends that into the middle. Klatil fires, rebound out in front of the net, and they can't get it to go. Cleared to the line again for Shu. Shu chips it into the corner. To the line now. Into the middle. To the top for Shu. Shu fires! And it is stopped and held by Crosby DaCosta.
It certainly took the North York Rangers a moment to really get set up on this power play. In fact, they struggled for a lot of the first few minutes of this power play simply because the Toronto Marlboros dominated and got chances of their own. But after struggling at the beginning, they've gotten their foot under their feet now. They're unbelievable. They're getting chances on Crosby DaCosta, and it's only a matter of time if they continue to get these chances on net in the final few minutes. Seconds, rather, of the second period.
Far side, Marlboros will clear. And that's going to do it. Smith out of the box, and he's got the puck. It just bounced off his stick. Otherwise, he might have had a lane there. Comes up front for a chance. And Stark couldn't get it to go on the far side now. Taking it free, the Rangers can't clear the zone. Long shot, and that took a weird bounce. Nearly fooled Sloan. He had to be sharp. Now out front, sent to the middle. Lane fires, turned aside. Rebound on the other end. And they can't get it past Blake Sloan. Down behind the net. Centering pass again. And that shot deflected into the corner. Cutting into the middle here. There's a shot from Lane. And it deflects up and into the netting behind the goal.
An unfortunate bounce there for the Toronto Marlboros after killing off that penalty. They now got chances in the offensive zone. We're firing a lot of shots there on Blake Sloan, but they just simply haven't found ways to beat him in the recent moments since their goal moments ago on that penalty shot. They've been struggling now, and they need to get more shots on net because Blake Sloan's a hard goalie to beat.
And the puck is down into the corner behind the net. Centering pass. Didn't get through the wall of sticks there, and it comes out into the slot where the Rangers will get it and clear. Up along the near side. Here's Michaud. Michaud centers out front! And that bounced to the opposite side. Marlboros trying to get out with it now. Deep in their own zone. Slowing it down. Final minute of this second period. Marlboros still with it in their own zone. Slowly trying to get started through center. And Shu will pick it up. Shu sends that across and a long stretch pass ahead. Over the line. Here come the Rangers with a shot. Rebound came out in front. And it's cleared out to center. Shu. Shu stretch pass ahead. Tipped into the offensive zone. Klatil. Klatil reversed that to the point. Nobody was there. The defenders were changing. And so the Rangers will have to regroup at center. Scott. Scott sends it up the far side. And it's in behind the goal now. Sent out to the side. Trying to cut to the middle there was Del Zotto. Final 5 seconds now. Rangers maybe trying to get one last chance. And a long shot from center. Stopped and held. And that'll do it. After 2, it's 2-2. The Marlboros and the Rangers battling to a stalemate as we go to the third.
What a high energy period there on both sides, but it was the Toronto Marlboros, after struggling to crack Blake Sloan in that first period, they finally got their chances on net. They got a big opportunity on the penalty shot and another absolute snipe earlier, and just like that, they've tied this game up 2-2. This will be a big third period upcoming, folks. It'll be an exciting one.
And all that excitement coming up after this break. Jaden Ho with Jared Rodenberg. You're watching GTHL Hockey from the 6. We'll see you in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. Third period action here from Scotiabank Pond. The North York Rangers even at 2 with the Toronto Marlboros through 2 periods as we get set for the 3rd period. Puck dropped and it's won back by Klatil towards his own zone. A collision there in the neutral zone. It's going to come all the way back. Onto it. Here's Kadson. Kadson chasing after it. He's going to hold on. Kadson still with it. Does a lap. Kadson turns, throws it towards the goal. And that was fought off there by Sloan. On the far side now. Comes loose and a chance coming the other way. And a good defensive recovery there from Kadson. We're racing back to make that stick check as the puck bounces out of play. And we get a whistle 30 seconds into the final frame.
What a fantastic shift there from forward Lev Kadson. Initially, he shows his unbelievable, impeccable puck possession ability, skating and looping around the zone, maintaining puck possession. But then he shows his defensive ability as well with that huge back check.
Puck bounced out to center, sent ahead through the neutral zone. Here come the Rangers. That puck turned aside as Michaud tried to get onto it. And now back they come. Here's Klatil. Drop pass, and he had that turn picked off. And now it's sent ahead for Moore. Moore in with speed. Here's William Moore. Shoots from a sharp angle. That's fought off by Sloan. Back the other way. Here come the Rangers. Long stretch pass ahead. And it's backhanded in deep there by Michaud. Back after it here. Smith. Slowing it down in his own zone after a fast-paced start to this final period. Over the line. Here comes a shot, and that's turned aside as Stark got in there. Stark again with it. Stark avoiding the check there, fires it towards the goal, and that bounces down to the corner. Witowski holding on to it, sent it up to the point. Smith sent it right back in, but now it's going to be sent out into the neutral zone. Smith back after it, played it across for his defense partner. Up on the right wing and deep into the Rangers zone. Back after it, here's Pallone. Pallone under pressure from the forechecking Marlboros. It's chipped in deep once again, but it's going to come out into the neutral zone. Giordano. Backhanded in deep there by Rosella. Out with it now the Marlboros. Over the line. Drop back pass. Shot turned aside. Rebound loose and it comes to the corner. Out the other way the Rangers now. Over the red line and chipped in deep. Back after it here. Marlboros trying to get started offensively from their own zone. Slowly trying to get it out. And ahead they come. A bit of a collision there as Martin couldn't get out of the way of his teammate. And now he's got it in the corner. Martin on the backhand. Slowly looping around the net. Looking for options. Sent it to the point. Long shot there from Sabatini. Didn't get through to the net. To the line now. Chipped ahead. Maybe a chance here. And that just bounced off the stick of Rosella and down low. Across from Dejewska. On the right side. Ahead now. Here's Moore. Moore sent it across. Joe fires and he was turned aside. Down to the opposite corner. Long stretch pass ahead. And DeCarlo had to be careful there. He had some pressure. And now the Rangers are in with it as Mostafi. Mostafi lost control. And the Marlboros will come the other way. Bounced over the stick there of Martin. Over the line they come. Bounced away from Lane. Martin in on the forecheck. And there's a long stretch pass ahead. Maybe an odd man rush here for the Rangers. In they come. Cross ice. Michaud had it bounce off his stick. Fires from a sharp angle. And it comes to the opposite side. Lane. Lane ahead for Kadson. Kadson driving into the zone. Drop off pass. And that got away from Stark. Rebound loose. Jamming out at his lane. And the Marlboros thought they had it, but it's held out by Blake Sloan.
That was a fantastic setup there from forward Lev Kadson, just waiting there, dropping it back for his teammate who fired it on the net. But it is Blake Sloan who comes up with another in a long line of impeccable saves there.
Taking the face off here, Stark trying to get the Marlboros going in the offensive zone. Bit of a discussion here, and I wonder if Blake Sloan might have been a little bit shaken up on that play. Seems to be all right. And we'll proceed with this face-off. Waved out there. Kadson comes in for Stark. And he won it. Long shot from Delelche was bounced around in front. And it's come out the other way now. Chipped in deep there by Peyton. Back behind the net for it. Go the Rangers, sent along the near side boards, and out with it will come Katzen. Katzen had that bounced away from Lane. Now Katzen again. Katzen on the left wing. Big collision there as Katzen went into Peyton. Bouncing puck in front of the net. And it comes down behind. Stark tried to send it out in front. Marlboros regained possession. At the line, long shot, Sabatini! And that was deflected right on, and Sloan will hold.
The Toronto Marlboros are all over goaltender Blake Sloan right now. He hasn't been beaten quite yet in this third period, but if the Toronto Marlboros continue to get chance after chance on him, it should only be a matter of time, and the North York Rangers defensemen need to do a better job of clearing away the front of the net here, as the Marlboros have had a lot of in-close chances to strike on Blake Sloan.
And they won the face-off, but the Rangers recover quickly here. Over the line come the Rangers, driving that. They score! KJ Eccleston has given the North York Rangers the lead.
That is an unfortunate goal to give up from Crosby to Costa, but just a deceptive shot there from KJ Eccleston, breaking into the offensive zone and firing it before the goaltender was even set up. And just like that, after a ton of chances from the Marlboro stopped by Blake Sloan, it's now the Rangers that are the first team to strike and break this knotted up game in the third period.
10:35 remaining in this third period. The Marlboros will want to get back on the attack quickly here as they try to tie this game and get another past Blake Sloan. Puck rolled right in on net. Back behind for it is Smith. Smith onto the far side. Comes off the boards. Here's Moore. Moore stops up. Sends it across. Here's Smith. Smith fires. Score! Tipped in front of the goal by Joseph Cadorin. And just like that, the Marlboros have tied the game.
Joseph Cadorin, what a fantastic tip there. He's been a player all night long who's been dazzling us with his skill and ability, but just right there, he keeps it simple. He goes to the front of the net and tips in a fantastic shot by Gabriel Smith, and just like that, the Toronto Marlboros have knotted up this game 3-3.
22 seconds between the Rangers taking the lead and the Marlboros responding, and we are right back on even terms as they battle for it at the center ice dot. The Rangers gain possession and it's fired ahead, tipped in deep there by Michaud. Back behind the net for it. Marlboros trying to slow things down a little bit here after a frantic couple of minutes. And they'll get it out to center. Through the neutral zone. Here's Joe. Joe into the corner, trying to send that in front. Loose puck in front of the goal. Jamming at his Stark. Still there in front. And somehow Blake Sloan holds it out and keeps this a tie game.
Blake Sloan with one of the most crucial saves of this game. Fantastic save coming up big there. The puck looked like it went behind him, but he dove back, made that save, prevented the puck from crossing the red line. And just like that, the game is saved. Knotted up at threes here.
Face off to come here. It's going to come to the right of Blake Sloan, who has been unbelievable for the North York Rangers tonight. Puck one back to the line. DiCarlo tried to fire that through traffic, and it was tipped right on. Sloan again, standing tall.
Sloan standing tall, but that puck absolutely broke through the North York Rangers defenseman there, and Blake Sloan was tested big time. I think he expected that one to be blocked by the defenders in front, but it hit him. He made the big save, but nonetheless, the Rangers need to do a better job clearing those pucks.
Puck down into the corner. Joe sent it back to the line. Unable to hold it in there was DiCarlo. Now he's got to race back after. He's under a lot of pressure from Peyton. DiCarlo trying to start up on the rush. Through the neutral zone come the Marlboros into the corner. Stark is in there looking for it. Cleared out and into the neutral zone by Shu. And that's going to go all the way down. So icing against North York in a tie third period.
Now it's the Marlboros returning into this offensive zone where they have been so dangerous tonight, getting chances on goaltender Blake Sloan. He's been impeccable, but if the Marlboros continue to fire chances here with under 10 minutes to go in this hockey game, the Rangers could find themselves in some trouble if they don't defend this.
Face off, one back, Aidan Lane, score! Aidan Lane lead has given the Marlboros their first lead of this hockey game. They were down by 2, they were down by 1, and now they lead by 1 in the third period.
What a fantastic snipe at the top of the circle there from Aidan Lane, one of the most skilled players on this entire ice surface right now. Picks up the puck right after that big-time face-off after the ice moments ago, fires it on net, and Blake Sloan, who has been perfect earlier, just got beaten cleanly by an impeccable shot.
And the Marlboros will try and win this draw now, scramble on it, and they do. In come the Marlboros, maybe a chance to double the lead, and a good defensive play. Lane looking confident with the puck after that goal. Puck down below the goal line here. Turning with it, Lane sends it on to the far side corner. And that puck bounced out in front. It'll be covered and held by Blake Sloan.
Now we'll return here into the offensive zone for these Toronto Marlboros, but it's the Toronto Marlboros coaching staff that I really think needs to be shouted out here. The Toronto Marlboros had a lot of chances early in this game, but nonetheless, they were finding themselves down big time on the scoreboard. But it's those coaches that kept them in this game, kept them pushing, kept them sticking to the basics, and just like that, they've reclaimed a lead in this game.
Coaching staff led by Richard Power, their head coach, as that puck is fired in off the end glass and into the netting behind Crosby DaCosta, so we'll get a whistle and a face-off.
And with their biggest challenge ahead of them earlier in the game was just simply getting back into this game and finding themselves with a lead, now they're going to be challenged with keeping this lead, holding on to it with these North York Rangers who have been so relentless all night long.
And the Marlboros slowing it down behind their own goal here, 8:30 remaining in this third period. They want to hang on to this lead in what's been a high-octane period. But now the Rangers get to it, and they're going to draw a penalty here. A power play chance for North York at a crucial time in this game. 8:22 to go as they trail by 1.
Now we mentioned the Toronto Marlboros are just being challenged with holding on to this lead. Well, now their job just got infinitely harder. With about 8 minutes to go in this hockey game, the North York Rangers down by 1. They're going to be motivated, and now their efforts are rewarded with getting the extra attacker out there onto this ice. This will be a crucial power play for the Rangers and will be a crucial kill for the Marlboros if they can successfully pull this off.
Marlboros won the draw. Rosella going in there on the forecheck. Klatil there with him, a sea of bodies down in that Marlboros corner, trying to dig it free, and Klatil gets it loose. Klatil coming out behind the net. Klatil still with it, drops it back, gets it back, now sends it to the point. Michaud lost control for a moment, got it back, sent down to the near corner now. Smith there, good looking for it for the Marlboros, and it's cleared to the line by Stark. And it'll get out as a bounce past Scott there. Scott plays it into area for Michaud. Michaud up into the middle of the ice. Here's Scott. Scott down into the corner and deep. Sends it to the line. Back for Scott. Scott across Michaud. To the line. Scott fired, tipped, and that goes wide. Rosella. Turning with it. Here's Mustafi. Rosella. Now to the line. Scott bounced away from him. Michaud got it. Sends it down to the corner for Klatil. Back into the corner, Klatil. Back behind the net now. Under pressure there, the Marlboros try to send it back, and they will get it out to center. 40 seconds to go in that penalty. Pass up through the middle. Rangers can't get set up yet, and now the Marlboros will get a chance to clear. Cadorin. He got the equalizer, and puck's going to bounce up into the bench. So we get a whistle. 25 seconds to go on the power play. 6:46 to go in this third period.
Now the faceoff will be just outside of the Toronto Marlboros offensive zone, or rather right inside of the Toronto Marlboros offensive zone. But it was the Toronto Marlboros who did a great job there on that penalty kill. The North York Rangers were cycling around the puck, but nonetheless never really got a good shot off on Crosby DaCosta.
And the Marlboros have drawn a penalty here, so we're at 4-on-4 for another about 20 seconds. And they wanted another one there as one of their defenders went down. And over the line come the Rangers, though. Wang into the corner. Tried to get it out front for Abu Marie, who was intercepted. Marlboros penalty, that is just about over. And so they're going to be on the power play. What a move by Moore to the net! And it just dribbled wide. Cleared all the way down. About a minute and a half of Marlboros penalty power play still to come as they get started through the neutral zone. Ahead for Katzen for Moore. Katzen stops, sends it up top. The line turn ball. Turn ball to Moore. Moore holds, centers, chance, out front. Oh, and what a save by Sloan! The backdoor pass from Lev Katzen, and somehow Moore can't bury.
William Moore with chance after chance there on that power play, but Blake Sloan coming up big as he's done all night long. It is William Moore who just moments ago had a big opportunity getting on a breakaway there. That's a big body player there, standing at 6'3", but when he's skating in with the puck, holding onto it like that with his slick hands, you wouldn't know it. He's so speedy, so skilled.
Marlboros trying to get set up on the power play here as they circle in the neutral zone. Chip to the opposite side, chasing onto it is Lane. He's got the go-ahead goal right now. And they battle for it at the line. Rangers just trying to push that puck out to center, and they will. They send it all the way down into the Toronto zone. Stopped back behind the net, and now the Marlboros will start up with it. Ahead, here goes Stark. Stark cutting to the outside. Drops it back to the line. One-time shot! And that's stopped. Rebound comes out and it'll be cleared down by the Rangers once again. Katzen with it. Here goes Katzen through the neutral zone. Puck loose, comes to the line. Here's a chance. Delelche fires, glove, save Sloan.
Blake Sloan, what a performance right now with a big-time crucial save there in the fleeting moments of this penalty kill for the North York Rangers. He is the sole reason that the Toronto Marlboros haven't been able to run away with this game, as Blake Sloan has made all the saves he's been relied on to make. He's been impeccable tonight.
Just over 4 to go. Just under 5 to go, that is, as the Marlboros try and push to score on this final moments. Penalty is over. Circling the zone here. Drop back to the line for Smith. Smith across. One-time shot. Bouncing puck loose through the slot. And no one could get a stick on it. Sent to the opposite side now. Down in the corner. Marlboro still pushing after that power play. To the line, Sabatini. Sabatini steps in and fires. And that is stopped and held by Blake Sloan.
It's so interesting how these Toronto Marlboros are utilizing their defensemen. You would think in this game with under 5 minutes to go, they'd be so focused on the defensive ends of the ice, but rather their defensemen are the ones who are leading a lot of their offense right now. All of their shots seem to be going through these points as they are blasting shot after shot, trying to find a way to break the wizardry that is Blake Sloan.
Out through the neutral zone, the Rangers trying to come out with it, trying to get into the offensive zone to try to tie. Back in behind the goal, Sloan clears it around the boards. Quick shot from Smith, trying to catch Sloan sleeping there, but he couldn't do it. Maybe a break the other way here. And a good defensive recovery there. Sabatini turning aside with Logan Michaud. Over the line. Moore lost the puck. And the Rangers will try to get it out again. Here come the Rangers. Over the line with a shot. Paolone was turned aside there. And it's back behind the goal again. 3.5 minutes to go. Marlboros clinging to a 1-goal lead. Up the boards, tipped in deep. And over the blue line. Here come the Marlboros. Unable to get a shot away there. Martin couldn't get it to the net. Down low again. The Rangers will come away with it. Through the neutral zone come the Rangers. Michaud stops up and chips in deep. Abu Marie will have to chase after it. Marlboro slowing it down behind the goal. Still with it. Final 3 minutes now. And the Marlboros slowly start up. Over the blue line they come. Here's Joe. Joe stops in the corner. Joe centers, one-time shot, and that hit the post. Back behind the net. To the opposite corner, racing onto it. Maybe a break here for North York. And that just goes a little bit too far into the corner. Centering pass, blocked there. Chipped up to the far side, long shot. Deflected away. Marlboros slowing it down again in their own zone, trying to kill as much time as they can as we get towards the final 2 minutes. Tipped ahead there by Lane. Lane in for checking. Cat's in. Dropped it off for Moore. What a move by Moore. Cuts to the front, and his shot went wide. Lane tried to jam at it as well, and it's going to be stopped and held.
Blake Sloan with another big time save, but it was moments ago where he finally got some favors held by him by the goalpost. He's been making saves all night long, doing big time favors for his team, and finally his friends back there, the posts, stepped up big, saving that shot on that one-timer.
Face-off won back by Moore to the line. Drajewska sends it into the opposite corner. Back towards the point. Didn't get through. Now Delelche. Maybe a step here as Shu trying to drive the lane, and his centering pass just missed Giordano. Sent in deep. Back behind the net. Marlboros can't clear quite yet. Rangers trying to establish possession. They can't. Chipped ahead. All the way down. And it's right on goal, so no icing. Back with it here, Scott. Up on the far side. Through the neutral zone come the Rangers. Peyton sends it into the corner. Down low. Scott was driving to the net there. Rangers couldn't get it out in front for him. Sent down and into the neutral zone again. Scott. Ahead over center. And that's going to be all the way down. So an icing call against North York. 1:05 remaining in this hockey game.
This is a tough bounce here for these North York Rangers. They'll now have to go back into their defensive zone in hopes of finally reclaiming this puck and getting in and testing the opposing goaltender, Crosby DaCosta, who they really haven't been testing much all night long. They'll need to win this crucial faceoff here and find a way to get a chance on him on the other end of the ice.
And that's what they've called their timeout for. Head coach Daniel Spivak talking to his guys, trying to get them rallied for this final minute, which will be fascinating to see if the Rangers can get themselves back on even terms. While we're here, let's talk about how we got to this point. The Rangers took a 2-0 lead on the strength of goals from Matthew Klatil and Jacob Shu before it was tied up by Matteas Stark and Jeremy Martin burying that penalty shot in the second period. We went to the third even at 2, and 3 goals in rapid succession. KJ Eccleston gave the Rangers the lead just 22 seconds later. Joseph Cadorin tied it, and then Aidan Lane firing a shot past Blake Sloan for what currently stands as the game-winning goal. So we'll get set for a face-off and keep an eye on Blake Sloan to see if he will head to the bench anytime soon for that extra attacker. In to take the draw, Matteas Stark. And the Rangers win it. Sent ahead, breakaway pass, in comes Mustafa, and he was topped by Crosby DaCosta. What a glorious chance that was. Mustafa blowing the zone and getting that breakaway opportunity. Here come the Marlboros on the counterattack. Stark digging for it. Sent it back towards the line. 40 seconds remain. Opposite side, quick shot, glove, save Sloan. And with under 40 to go, it's still a 1-goal game.
Crosby DaCosta hasn't been tested much throughout this hockey game. That has to do with the great defensive play from his Marlboros in front of him. But he chose the best possible time for his greatest save of the night, with the North York Rangers rushing in on a breakaway there at a crucial moment in the game. He comes up big with that breakaway save. That's the kind of play that a clutch goaltender such as Crosby DaCosta needs to do in order to hold his team and maintain this lead.
35.7 remain in this final period. And a bit of a discussion going on here between the officials and the Marlboros bench.
This will be very interesting here. You have to think the moment that these North York Rangers get the puck out of this zone, Blake Sloan will be out of there rushing to that bench. It's desperation time here, folks. With 35 seconds left in this hockey game, down by 1, they'll need to get chances, pepper shots, whatever they could get on Crosby DaCosta, because time just simply isn't on their side.
And they're taking advantage of this little meeting between the officials to talk over strategy, get some rest for their top guys for this crucial final few seconds. I'm not sure what the officials are discussing here. They've gone to both benches to chat with the head coaches. And it appears they have everything settled. So the teams return to the face-off dots. As it's going to be Joseph Cadorin taking the face-off. He scored that all-important equalizer in this third period. And now he's got the puck. Sends it around to the opposite side. 30 seconds remain. Battle for it on the far side. Marlboros holding it in the Rangers zone, not letting Blake Sloan get to the bench. Finally, the Rangers with a chance to get it out here. Eccleston. Eccleston got it ahead. But the Marlboros send it right back. Now the Rangers have their net empty. It's 6-on-5. Sent onto the near side. Dying seconds. Maybe one last shot. Sharp angle. Glove save by DaCosta.
That shot was just sailed right up high. Crosby DaCosta got his glove on it, but nonetheless, that's not the kind of shot you need in a moment like that. You need to hit the goaltender, make him work for it, rather than shooting it up and over. But nonetheless, the North York Rangers are just simply trying to fire everything they can on DaCosta in these final few seconds in hopes of just getting one.
1.5 seconds for the Rangers to try to get the shot. The Marlboros win the faceoff and they win the game. They come all the way back from down 2 in the first period and take the 4-3 victory.
What a massive, gutsy win there from the Toronto Marlboros. They could have easily looked at their first period and decided, you know what? This just isn't happening for us tonight. Hold their heads up high and wonder how they could beat Blake Sloan. But no, what they did is they returned to the ice in the second period knowing if we stick to our guns, if we stick to our game, we could get back into this game. And that's exactly what they did, sealing a big-time win after a great performance from Blake Sloan, finding themselves victorious.
Aidan Lane with the game winner in the third period here after the Marlboros came right back to tie it. And that's all she wrote for this hockey game. Thank you so much for joining us, Jaden Ho, for Jared Rotenberg and everybody at the Six Hockey. We'll see you next time.